Hello there guys, welcome to my next Rainbow Loom figure tutorial. Today we're making Aayla Secura. She's one of my favorite Jedi, and I love making aliens because I like their special features and such. So this figure, I can't talk today apparently, isn't super hard. My 9-year-old sister made this one, with my help of course. So as long as you're comfortable doing figures, she's really not super hard to make. The only thing is I'm going to change how I do the headpiece from this figure to the one that I'm going to show you how to make, because I realized that this top piece should be thicker, so I'm going to make it loom it into the figure. And then she also has a chin strap that comes all the way down underneath her chin that's brown. So it's going to be entirely done into the figure instead of adding it on later, if that makes any sense to anyone else. But alright, bear with me. And if you really want to see how it looks, go ahead and skip to the end. So the first thing we'll make is her head tails, or her leku. We're doing these on the loom. I already have one laid out, and then I'll lay out the opposite side, and then you'll just copy exactly what we do onto the other side. Alright, I think we got this. So pay attention to how many bands I'm placing, because it changes a little bit as we go down. So the first stitch we're placing has 2 bands, so it's double bands, and the next 2 will be triple bands. So take 3 bands and place them together here, and once more. So now after those first 3, we'll place 4 stitches of double bands again. So 2 bands once, twice, 3, and 4 times. So now we're going to do 4 double looped stitches. So how this goes is you take a single band, so just 1 band, pull it out, and then wrap it around the pin a second time, doubling it over itself. So we'll do that 4 times. So there's first time, our second time, third, and our 4th time. Alright, so our cap band is going to be placed on the end here, so we'll wrap it around 4 so that there's 4 loops. 1, 2, 3, and oops, 4 times. Alright, so go ahead and pause the video here and copy what we've done on this row onto this row so that you will have 2 head tails. Whoa. Alright, so once you're finished with that, we'll loom these up. So it's just straight basic looming. So push your cap band back and grab your 2 double looped, pull them forward, go in those, grab your next 2, pull them forward, pull forward. Alright, so I'm figuring that if you are familiar with doing charms or figures on the Rainbow Loom, you'll know how to do a basic straight looming by now. So be careful when you grab your triple bands that you get all of them back onto the hook, because sometimes they'll slide off. And then our last 2. Alright, I'll pause it, and then you pause it, and then loom the second row up. Alright, so once you're done looming up your leku, it should look like this. You should see nice teardrops all the way down. Alright, hopefully I didn't rush through that too quickly, and that made sense. Alright, so now we have to do a little bit of work on the top, so don't take it off right away, because we're actually going to leave the top stitch on the loom. So if you look at your top stitch, you'll see the bottom 2 and the top 2. Grab your top 2 and move them to the center. And we'll do the same thing on the other side, so grab the top 2 and move them to the center pin. So now go ahead and remove everything except these top 3. Don't let those top 3 come off. So very carefully, I'm just grabbing my cap band and wiggling it off. Alright, so once I get here, okay, so once you pull this last one off, it should just kind of like straighten out between these two pins and then move it up over the top. We'll do the same thing on the other side, so carefully wiggle it off. Alright. And then when you pull off this second to last, hold these top two down if you feel like you need to, and it'll straighten itself out here and move them to the top. Okay, awesome. So now we are going to place the rest of the head. So the first row, I'm going to do brown. So take 2 brown bands and placing them together. This whole thing is double banded. Right here, in the center, and the side. So your first row is all brown with double bands. And then our second row is going to be blue. So take 2 bands, place them underneath these brown ones. Uh-oh. So the reason that we don't place diagonal bands here is because the top stitch from our laku, from our head tails, is going to form that for us. So you have your row of brown, your row of blue, and then we'll finish it off. So we'll place 1 blue down the center, and then another pair of blue, and blue for the chin. Alright, and so here's where I kind of forgot about doing the chin strap. So leave your 2 blue center. So that's one option. You can leave it like that. You don't have to pull it off. If you want to do her chin strap that comes down all the way under her chin, we're going to be making half bands. So to make a half band, take your 1 band, doesn't matter which color, and then put it through the other band. Oops. So it's kind of threaded onto itself like this. Now grab both ends of the band that's threaded through, and then you'll kind of have this one kind of like here. Now grab both ends of this band, and then you'll have a set where it's half one color and half the other color. And so place this carefully so that your brown is on the outside. Now we need to do this 3 more times, so I'll talk you through it again. So place 1 band through the other so that it's threaded on. Grab both ends of the band that's threaded through, and then this band is hanging out like this, and then fold that in half so that you have it like this, and place it on so that the brown is on the outside. So if you want to leave it so that the face is entirely blue, that's perfectly okay if you aren't comfortable with the half bands. But if you would like a little more detail, you can go ahead and do it like this. Okay, and the reason I forgot about that is because I was following my diagram, not what I told you I was going to do. Sorry about that. Alright, so now we can continue placing the rest of the body. So we have 2 blue for the neck, and then we'll do, coming from the bottom of the neck, we'll do diagonal blue on either side, and then another blue in the center. And then for the outside, we'll do 2 rows of brown. So take double band brown, place them here and here. And then on the other side, place that the same. So coming down from your shoulder, we'll do 2 rows of brown. And then in the center, we are doing 1 row of brown. So your body should start to look something like this. And now we will do 2 rows of blue on all 3 columns. So there's our first row of blue like this, and then another row of blue like this. Alright, so it's going to look something like this. And now we'll do another row of brown underneath this for her bottoms. Alright, and then we'll finish off the bottom of her body with diagonal double brown. So it's going from the top up to the center, or from the side up to the center, and from the center down to the side. Alright, so make sure your body looks something like this. And that's what our basic layout is going to look like. So now we'll add the legs onto the bottom. So just coming from on either side, so not in the center, place double brown till you get to the end of the loom. So on the opposite side, coming from the bottom, take 2 brown, place them here, here, and here. Alright, so now we'll make her boots. So I'm just going to make her boots on the hook, because that's how I find it easiest to do it. So what we'll start out with is our either black or gray, whichever you would rather use. I know it can be hard to get gray. And we're going to wrap this first gray around our hook so that there's 2 loops, and grab both of those loops and wrap it around so that there's 4. So now take a pair of black and put those in your hook and slide your cap band onto those pair of black and grab the opposite end. Here, maybe that can. Alright. Now take a second pair of black and pull all 4 bands that are already on your hook through that and reclaim your end. And we'll do one more pair of black. It can be hard to see when you're working with black. Ooh. Alright, so this is what our boot looks like. So we have our cap band and then 3 pairs of black bands. And this, stretch this out and place it over your last band. Or the last pin. I'm really getting my words mixed up today. I'm really sorry about that. Alright, so we'll make another boot the same way as we did the first one. So take a single black, wrap it around your hook so that there's 4 loops. Take a pair of black inside your hook and on your finger. Pull your cap onto that pair. Reclaim the end so that there's 4 loops on your hook. Take our second pair of black, pull it through all that, reclaim the end, and our third pair of black. Pull it on, reclaim the end, and this is going to be attached there. Okay, so now we have a couple things to add on to the body, and we'll start up at the top of the head. Oops. So she has like little ear things, and that's the first thing we'll add on. So we'll make them on our hook and then place them on. So take a single blue and then wrap them around just like we did with our cap band before so that there's 4 loops. Then take a single brown and we're going to double loop this so it's wrapped around your hook twice. So grab it, oops, and put it around your hook and your finger. Grab your cap band, slide it on, and grab the other end of those. So there's 4 loops on your hook. Take all 4 loops and place it around your second pin from the top. So we'll do this one more time. We've got our cap band on our hook and a double twisted band, which the cap band is pulled onto. Alrighty, and then this is placed on here. So the next thing I will add on is her eyeballs. So I'm making these with wrapped bands, which isn't something I usually do, but I'm doing it today because I don't know where my beads went. So take your, ooh, this is all stretched out. So take a black band, and I'm twisting it around just like I did before, so that there's 4 loops. And we'll take our second one wrap it around, twist it again so that there's 4 loops. So I have 2 black cap bands on my hook, and I'm going to take a single blue and pull this onto both cap bands onto the single blue. And then I'm placing it around on top of where I put these hook things, or the ear things, hook things. So then spread the eyes out, and then there's 2 loops between them. So put your hook between those 2 loops, and then wrap it around the center pin above it. Alright, so it should look like that. Now we need to make our arms. So I'll show you how to make one on the hook, and then I'll pause the video and have you make the second one just because it is a little bit longer and repetitive. So for our first arm, we're making another cap band on our hook. Ta-da! And now we're taking doubled bands and pulling it through. So take a doubled band, so it's wrapped around double like we did before with the ears, and slide your cap band on and reclaim the end. So that's our first doubled band, so we want to do a total of 7 of those. So there's our first one. So wrap your next one around the hook, grab both of those loops in your hook and your finger, and grab what you did before and slide it on. So there's our second one. Wrap it around, hold in your hook and your finger, pull through, reclaim the end, so there's 3 and 4. So when you do pull it through, try to get it centered into the pin, or centered, get the piece that's already built centered on the band that it's being pulled through so that it doesn't form any crazy curve. So there's our 4th. Our 5th. Oops. I dropped it. So I'm going to grab both of these ends again. Alright, we'll try number 5 again. This video is going to be way longer than it needs to be because I keep messing things up. 5, 6, and our 7th pair. Alright, so once you have 7 double looped stitches, grab 2 bands and pull it through those. So you have 7 double looped bands and then a pair of double bands. So grab the 4 loops that are on your hook and place them here underneath your shoulder band on the corner. So I'm going to pause the video, make a second arm if you need to rewind and go with me again, that's fine too, but just remember 7 double looped and then 1 double. Alright, here is the second arm. So it is placed on opposite the other one, like that. Alright, so now the only thing we have left to place is our crossover bands. And we've already got one on the face, it has our eyes on it, and so we'll place them on the body. So our first crossover band is brown, and you're placing it here. And now our second 2 are blue. So these ones I'm going to double loop, so place them around, pull them out, cross them over, and wrap them around the triangle again so that there's 2 loops. So we're doing this the same on the third one. Wrap it around again, 1 more blue one, and it's just a single. Alright, so your loom setup should look like this. Hopefully everything made sense. Let me know always if something didn't make sense. You can DM me on Instagram or comment below and I do my best to answer.